some, awesome coaching and really good people. So thanks a lot.
Well, Coach Donnie, you coach him, so you share your thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, it's been an amazing journey, and it's I can echo what you've said, just the progress, and obviously for many on the phone, but I know you've got to go to a family event, so just kudos for awesome work and incredible focus, and really from day one, just having the attitude of saying, I'm going to tackle this, whatever's required. I'm going to stay focused on it, and I'm going to learn every step of the way. So kudos for just an awesome work ethic and just focus all around. So looking forward to big things to come.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that.
Happy New Year.
All right.
Happy and healthy.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much. And now I'm going to join my kids.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Bye.
Bye.
Happy New Year.
All right.
Yeah, I'd like to give a shout out to Coach Donnie too today, because he helped me out a lot today with the training module that I'm in phase 3. So hey, thanks, Donnie. Appreciate it.
Awesome.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's what we're here for. I know as you get into all these workouts, the acronyms can become somewhat confusing at times, and the various phases and levels and everything, but glad we got you going on the right path, which is the important thing. So
exactly. Sounds good. Appreciate it, man.
Got a good team here. Got a good team. There we go. All righty. Oh my goodness, Derek, you shaved and got a haircut. Ain't that something? I thought we was gonna be twins, man. You know what I mean? I'm trying to keep it tight up top.
Wow, he looks different.
Derek, you're on mute.
Yeah.
The word for 2020. You're on mute.
Yeah, unmute just
super arrow.
No, 2021, I had to lose the pandemic beard,
Oh, dude, I thought we was like on point with one another. We thought we was here.
We were.
I mean, I'm trying
yesterday.
where do I have my stuff at? I can't even find my comb. I even have a comb now. I can't even use this. I got the comb going. You know what I mean? I'm trying to be like Reggie up there. You're trying to keep it all tight up top, but no, you got a long head thing going. So I keep the hat on. I keep it tight. You know what I mean? I keep it tight.
Yeah, it's still tight.
You know, it does fit. Hi, Tricella. So let's do this, shall we? We're gonna take the hour. Here, we're gonna take the next, I want to say 45 minutes, okay? And what I would like for everyone to kind of think about is let's reflect on 2020. So once we reflect, we can put that away and go to 2021. It's right around the corner. Okay. Now for Reggie, it's almost 2021 now, because what time is it there? And wait, Missy, and then you, it's 2021 already, right?
Already, yes.
Well, hey,
Happy New Year.
So we can adjourn the call now.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Is there no more COVID in 2021 there?
Yeah, can you predict the future for us? Right? That's kind of funny. Kind of funny. So what I would like to have is I'll call out your name. Okay, just give me 1 minute, maybe 2 minutes tops on your reflection. Okay, reflection. So I'm gonna start with Lin Yu at the bottom. Lin Yu, go.
What should I say? Hello?
Yeah,
We can hear you.
Yep, we can hear you.
Yeah. What should I say for the 1 minute?
Anything you want to say?
I feel I improve a lot by just training on Swift. And thank you, Coach Davey.
Welcome. Here's a funny story. Lin Yu keeps me on track. She be sending me these messages. Coach David, what time you gonna respond back to my messages? I got you. I know, I got you. He keeps me on track.
And I want to know what's my next level. What should I learn?
Say that again, Lin Yu.
I said, I want to know what's the level I need to learn. Because 2021, I already registered, I already set up some long distance event.
Yeah. Well, remember 2019, you did your Grand Fondo. Okay.
Yes.
Did it in 7 hours and 8 minutes in the Grand
Wow.
Grand Fondo, 13.37 miles per hour average for 103 miles. Nicely done.
2021, I was set up for 160 km and 360 km.
Whoa. Wow.
Yeah, the event. So I need to train.
Okay. We got work to do then.
Okay.
So happy New Year to you and keep at it, okay? Very proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Michael Corbin, okay? This brand new on the program. So what are your thoughts? What do you reflect on?
I mean, I had a roller coaster year, good and bad. It started off good, then it went bad, and I was trying to look for a direction, therapy, started taking cycling, and I was living in Florida. Still was learning and, always followed you, Coach, on Facebook and kind of heard about, CIS when I was living in New York before. So, obviously I signed up and everything in October, but I'm still kind of a newbie. And ever since I signed up, I'm always in the background listening to the team members. I'm following the program, the self-learning program, and it has helped me a lot of ways, not just physically, but mentally. Everything that every person says on post, I kind of read it and analyze it, and a lot of the stuff makes sense. And I feel like I found a home, because with this whole COVID and everything, I was very isolated, especially living in Florida. So, came back up, even though I haven't met anybody personally, but there's so many people on different levels in cycling, and I fell in love with cycling. So, just learning, that was one of things for me for 2020 ending. As far as the training, I think what I've learned so far on my own was the cadence drills. I had a hard time trying to realize what it meant, how to do it. And, with the training program that CIS has, it gave a better direction. And the breathing drills, I've seen a big difference with the breathing drills. I always kind of say it every now and then, the nasal breathing. I see how to preserve energy and everything. So I think what I've kind of got out of everything so far, I think I did the sub 2:0 riding last Friday, and I was kind of, proud of myself because I kept up. I rode for 60 minutes with you guys, and I was right on every, couple people's wheels. So I felt that was a, personal gain for me.
I remember that. That was nicely done.
That was my first Zwift ride and actually riding with the CIS team, and I felt good, so thank you for that.
Well, more to come. Yes,
definitely. I'll be looking to step up to the next phase. My transition from one state to the next was a little rough, so I'm finally settled down. So looking forward to 2001, meeting everyone in person and continuing working with the CIS family.
Karen Wills, talk to me. Tell me something.
Hi. Okay, so first I'm going to correct you. It's Karen.
Karen, sorry.
Yeah, that's some people on the call know me. This has been a very interesting year. 2020, brought back a lot of challenges for a number of people. You wind up going home on I went home on March 13th, and it's been home ever since. So there's been a lot of adjustments. my family. My daughter actually used to live in Brooklyn, and she was an artist, and her complete industry shut down, so she's back home. So there's been a lot of adjustments. Did not get the opportunity to be on the road a lot this year. Um, One, because of COVID, and then just not feeling comfortable riding with groups when groups were out there. So I would do a number of just riding by myself, just trying to be safe. Did a couple of rides with BTP, but just did not do the cycling like I would have liked to this year. I plan to really have done a lot this year. But joining the CIS family has been very interesting. I've noticed from afar a number of people in the different bike clubs that are here locally, and just seeing how they improve. So I knew what they was doing was real. So I really wanted to um, just do something that's going to allow me to be focused, allow me to be disciplined, and allow me to be accountable. So I really am enjoying the program. I think I'm on week 9. I'm just started in the 3rd month. So I'm on week 9. It's a lot of things that is different, like what Michael was saying. The cadence, the small ring was something that was different, and focusing on heart rate, where all you used to hear was power, 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 power. That's what everybody was talking about. Train on power, not train on heart rate. So that was a number of things that was different that I'm learning. And I will always go and look at some of the different people in the program, and looking at their heart rate. I have a friend that's in the program. I was wondering, was he on beta blockers? Because looking at his speed and seeing the heart rate was so slow, I said, he must be on some medication that's slowing your heart rate down. But I, see that it is the training. So I am, I'm really enjoying it and seeing the progress, and really just looking forward to it. Now, I was telling Coach Donnie I think earlier this week, when I said, now your social Sundays, what's this called? The social Sundays. I said, it doesn't look nothing social, because I saw the speed, and I said, nothing social about that. So I have a lot of work to do before I'll come out and join the social Sunday. But I'm really enjoying it, and it's really fun to see when you're out there on Watopia, and you'll see somebody with the cycle kit, and it's like, oh, you want to be able to give kudos. I saw somebody today while I was riding, so it's good seeing people out there. So I'm enjoying it.
Awesome. One thing I will say is you should join those rides anyway. Just come do them, because it's regardless of what the speed is, it's about being in the family. Okay, we're always going to be around each other, regardless if the riders are faster or slower. Sundays are part of that. So do your best to attend those, regardless of where you are in the program. They're designed that way for a reason, for everybody to be attentive for that. Okay, so I would recommend doing those. Okay.
Okay.
Cool. Coach Ed, he's in the house. I like the shirt, man. We'll get to you in a minute. Who else? Let's go to, who's the 240-402 number? Who's that?
Hey Donnie, it's me. It's Marco. We spoke earlier today, so let me just say that I'm the newest member. I got my introductory class today with Coach Donnie. With Coach David. Coach David. I'm sorry. I've been exchanging emails with Coach Donnie before, so yeah, he is very responsive to the emails and stuff. I like that, and I've made an appointment with Coach Nick, the nutrition coach, to go over that. So that's going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to that, to hear how I could probably improve my diet. And I'm hearing all good news. I've been hearing all good news, and that's the reason I joined. That's the reason I joined, and I really, really am looking forward to it. January 5th will be my first week, and we'll take it from there.
Welcome aboard, buddy. Good talking to you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Reggie, talk to me. Tell me something in London. What's happening over there?
No, all is very, very good here. I mean, my quick story, and as always, and one of my first bosses told me, remember the 5 B's. Be brief, brother, be brief. So in that vein, as a result of that, a couple of things. Look, I had taken 2 years off cycling. The pandemic hit, found myself in March suddenly with the time, because usually I travel quite a bit for work. So suddenly I wasn't going to airports, wasn't traveling, and I could get on my bike. And so I started out in March riding a little bit. And as always, in the quest to improve and learn more, I had always seen, Coach David out there riding with the group. I'd seen the CIS logo. And I said, let me investigate this a little bit more. And put it this way, my highlight of this whole year has been joining the program. I've tried Training Peaks. I'm one of those, look, if there's an issue, throw money at it and get better. And so I tried Training Peaks, tried some of the other ones. And don't get me wrong, I got faster. But I'll be honest, I'm finally learning how to ride my bike. And this whole thing, whether it's cadence, heart rate, approach, very, very different. I applaud Coach Donnie, who gives me feedback. I was paying another coach a lot of money and never got the level of feedback I get from you. So let me tell you, I appreciate it. And as well, working with Coach Nick on the nutrition side. I mean, my wife's loving it because, look, I'm 57 years old and never was a cook. Suddenly I'm in the kitchen all the time now, working on this, that, and the other. I bought more pots, pans, spices, you name it, trying to make sure I do the right thing. And so for me, it's, like life, it's a journey. I think the one trivia question I have for all of the CIS family, who's the oldest member to ever make black belt? Because I listened and I saw Ron and everybody the other day, all these younger gentlemen and ladies, if you will, making it. And I'm sitting there saying, calculate my age and then, the next 5-6 years, if it takes that longer. I said, dude, I'll be pushing over 60 by the time I get there. So I'm dying to know who's the oldest guy to ever make it or lady to make it.
I'm 57, so.
Yeah, that's Ron. Ron is the oldest.
Anybody over 60 ever make it?
No. Well, actually, the truth be told, our oldest member to date got his black belt. Well, he was a first start member in 2007. So he's been on the program for ages, but he's young. He's 38. He's 38 or 39 years old. So we just started giving out black belts 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
So
absolutely,
it was just a process of getting the program up to that speed so that we have people that we could share this piece of information with. But you could be the first. Well, actually, Ron is the first.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm a goal-oriented soul. So for me, it's the best target in the world. It's a long-term target. Like I tell Coach Donnie every step of the way, small steps. And so, look, if you're looking at this from the long perspective that I utilize, hey, it's going to take time. That's fine. All I know is I am getting better and faster. That's for sure. Riding in races on Tuesdays, as Coach Donnie saw my stats, riding with my quote Zwift club team, if you will. We did pretty well in the Zwift, cycling league, if you will. So from my point, all is great. I love the stories, whether it's the Everesting, the long rides. I love the technical discussions that go on. I've learned more about certain aspects of bike mechanics. One thing I know, if my internet connection goes wrong or Zwift connection is not working, there's a wealth of resources that sit around the table that can certainly help fix whatever issues you have. So for me, all is great, loving every moment of it. And look, I commend everyone and appreciate your sharing the knowledge. And a happy new year to you and your families.
Wow, it's powerful. Perfect. That's awesome. Thank you. Chief Matt, talk to me.
Hey.
What's up now? Tell me something.
Hey, nothing much. Just here in Chicago, man.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my 2020 actually started in 2019. Okay. October 2019, I ended up having to have a spinal fusion on my And that was actually due to a fall that I had while I was riding. And what happened was my L4 had moved forward in the spinal column by almost 2 centimeters. Okay. So that developed into foot drop. And I was actually on a club ride on a Hammerfest that we have on Wednesday night. And there's one section of the ride where it basically climbs up a wall. And I got out of the saddle to climb, and my foot just died. My left foot just died. So I immediately sat down, and I couldn't figure out what the deal was. So after that, I finally went to the doc and finally got, finally found out what it was. And ended up having the fusion in October of 2019. That naturally, so that winter was pretty much a wash because I couldn't get on the bike, even on the trainer. So by the time April rolled around, I was actually riding again and finally got out and was trying to get my mojo back. Ended up taking, doing a ramp test on Trainer Road because I've always been a Trainer Road fan. And my FTP had dropped like 100 watts. So I said, okay, whatever. I knew what it was from. So started riding along, doing pretty well. And then next thing you know, I had serious stenosis going on. So I ended up going back to the doc. And in August of 2020, I ended up having a spinal laminectomy on my L1, 2, and 3. So now I'm 61 years old. I just turned 61 in November. And I've been riding for a very long time. I actually used to race back in the 80s. So I've been riding for a very long time. So I knew that I had actually rode with Sherry Mossy last year, a couple years ago. I think that was in 19. Actually, it was in 19. She might have been on that ride at Hammerfest, at Wednesday Night Hammerfest. And I said, damn, I can't hold this girl well. What's going on? I mean, she was putting the heat out, man. I was like, oh snap, let me jump on this wheel and just sit here for a while and try to get some rest. But next thing I knew, she was pulling away and I couldn't handle it. I said, oh my, okay, all right, whatever. Let's make it back to the parking lot. So, and I actually remember back in 2018, might have been 2018, where I was following her on Strava, and you had commented on one of her Strava posts. That just came to mind. So this year, I finally said, look, you're not getting any better. Trainer Road is just not getting you there at the speed you want to get there. So what you said, okay, CIS. I remember CIS. Then life is changing. Life is changing, man. And it's changing quickly because I know that, well, when I done my FTP, my ramp test and my FTP test, I knew that, for one, I didn't give it my all. Okay, so I know that my numbers are a little bit low, especially my heart rate, because I can sit at 160, all day long, but that's over the threshold. But so we'll see what happens after this next assessment. I'm going to try to give it my all. But over the last 2 months, I found myself smiling because it's working. And I know it's working because I just done the intervals, first set of intervals for this session Tuesday. And they were easy. I said, okay, this is working. It's working. It's working. Just stick to the program. You know, I'm retired military, so I'm very disciplined. Stick to the program. As they say, trust the system. And I trust it, man. So that's why I said you had the call with Coach Ed, that I can't wait to see what the next phase is going to look like. Because if the next phase is as good as this phase, I'm going to come out of the gate smoking this year. And, you know, I'm not going to race anymore. Too old for that. But I don't want to fall, frankly. But I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling really good about the program. And thanks much, especially Coach, you and Coach Donnie and the fam. Love for me, man. And
good.
Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
All right.
Trisella.
Hi, everybody. So this has been a very challenging year for me. As some of you know, I was on a charity, well, not a charity ride. I was on a memorial ride on the end of June, and somebody came. There was a rider had never been with him before, and he decided that he was going to cut in line in the second pace line. So I was on the right, and the gentleman to my left, he cut in front of the guy in front of the guy to my left, and he touched the wheel of the lady in front of him. So that ensued him falling, and I went down over him, and I shattered my my right elbow. And so now I have, in addition to my plate and 10 screws on my left shoulder, I have a plate and 9 screws in my right elbow. So that is the adversity that I've had to overcome, and never thought that I'd get to 5,000 miles. To this day, since I've been back on bike, I've done a couple of rides outside. I haven't gone back with the group. And I'm very honest with you, I'm nervous about riding with the group because you just never know about the people that you're riding with, especially those new riders. So this training program has given me the confidence that I needed to come back. I'm not all the way there, but to come back and confident on the bike in the house, where I feel like I'm a badass for what I've gone through, but it's given me confidence that I don't have to sit there and sulk and be angry about what happened to me, because I can overcome that.
True.
So, and thanks to everybody that is on CIS. You all have no idea how important each one of you are, because I look at your rides and I look at your heart rate, I look at your speeds, I look at your cadence, and those are the things that I aspire to be like all of you, with the combined strength, endurance, and tenacity to keep riding the way you do. So with that, I say Happy New Year to everybody.
Happy New Year, Trisella. Happy New Year. Thank you. Thank you. Bernard. Oh, my man, Bernard. Tell me something. 2 minutes. Go.
Hello.
Can you get it, Bernie?
Cracks me up. There he is.
Okay, I'm good. Hey, Coach.
What's up? Tell me something.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Okay. Bernard,
We can hear you, Bernard.
You hear me?
We can hear you.
Oh, okay, cool. Hi, everybody. I'm good. I was listening to Mac when he mentioned about how old he was. I say, cool, I got somebody up there with me. Because I'm 62, man. And I love the program. It's really, really working for me. Although with this workout I had to do today, though, while I was into it, I wanted to quit. But because of the program, and I just had to buckle down and stay focused. But this level, I guess now it's level 4. It was 3, but now it's 4. It's serious work. But I'm enjoying it. I feel good to be able to, I guess, do what I accomplished this year with having, I guess, a couple of procedures and still, because I took a fall on a bike, but I was still able to come back. And with one of the exercises I had to do was to work at expanding my lungs. So that helped me to breathe a little bit better while getting back on this bike. So for me, although I took a fall, it was still a blessing for me. Because I've been inside riding, so everything been strictly about this program. But when I hit 10,000 miles, and I know that some of the miles I kind of put away for a minute because I know they was gonna say I was doing too much. But at times I'm still a little hard-headed. But I feel good, and the program is working for me.
Yeah, you're doing an amazing job. I mean, everybody is, but you came back from an injury pretty fast. That's impressive. It's impressive. And that's a sign of what this program can do. Because it's mental too. It's not just physical, it's also mental. Congrats, my friend. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a dual thing. We're gonna talk to British Ben and Daniel, okay? Both at the same time. So British Ben and Daniel, let's chat. Because you two are juniors, right?
Yep.
Right. Yeah. So I'll start with Daniel first, and I'll go to you, to Ben. So Daniel, what have you learned on this program, and how old are you, number one, and what have you learned?
So I am 16 years old. I turned 16 in June, and I have learned the discipline and consistency associated with structured training, and just how much it's helped me through 2020. I know it was tough for me in the beginning because I had to go from in-person school to online school. And now it's even tougher because I'm in harder classes. So this program has really helped me to structure my life and has me looking forward to doing something structured during the day as opposed to my teachers giving work, and it just gives me a relief every single day to ride, because I personally love it. I've seen lots of gains over even the past month. I did the 5-mile TT test, and I think my power went up by 32 watts over the past month for the TT test. So that was I was proud of myself for that.
That's putting in the work. That's putting in the work. That's exactly what this does. Now I'm going to hold that thought about school. And Ben, tell us your experience about school and where you've been and what have you learned on the program thus far? And how old are you?
Right. Well, right now I'm 15, and the big thing that CIS, what I've learned through CIS and how that applies off the bike, the big thing is discipline and focus. And that's just what you need at home, because school now is 6-7 hours just on my laptop, on my desk. And it's like a long endurance ride. You know, you're focused on your effort, you're focused on everything. And that takes a lot of mental toughness, more than you'd think. And, in these classrooms, you see everybody, you can clearly see they're watching TV, they're doing something else. I'm the only one who seems to be paying attention. And it's thanks to CIS, I can do that.
Awesome. See, that's what I love. When him and I talk, it's just classic. It's just so, wouldn't it be cool if we were doing that at 15, 16?
Yeah.
Good for you, young man. Pay attention. It'll pay dividends all through your life.
Absolutely. British Ben for president. I'm proud of both of you kids. I'm proud of both of you because your workouts, when I review them, are so solid. I mean, super, super solid. And when those that say that they don't, that they can't, you prove that you can. And that's a perfect example of your stick-to-itiveness and your ability to grow and develop. These skills you guys are learning, you'll never forget. These will last forever for you. So kudos to both of you. Okay.
Thank you.
Let's go with Ray and Walt. Go. What you learned?
Hey there, Coach.
What have you learned over the last year and a half? And Walt too. On the phone there, Walt.
Yeah, last year and a half has been good. This year has been like the gift and the curse with COVID and everything else, and some of us losing loved ones. But it definitely takes your focus to a whole new level with regard to the training. So, it's my second year in the program. Last year it wasn't as intense for me, but this year I was able to settle down, focus, and adapt all the nuggets that I get from you all, Coach Donnie. And all the other good folks out there in the CIS family. So love the program with regard to the structure. So let's just keep doing what we're doing. And hopefully I could be a Picasso like Paul or Dave or some of those other heavy hitters out there. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year. And you too, Walt. What's going on with you, Mr. Most Improved Rider of the Year, Mr.?
Funny. Hey, anyway, just ricocheting what Ray said. I mean, this year been a good year. When I say a good year, with the training, the workout, that focus that we had applied to consistency, and then working with the guys and definitely working with Ray, Tony, and Bernard on our side here, and the structure that you and Coach Donnie been putting out towards us. It's been amazing. Looked at some of them guys in them who, kudos to the guys in them who've been making a 10,000 mark, something that I never thought I was going to get this year. I'm at 10,800, which unbelievable. I didn't even know I was going to get that for that. And then doing some of the training that we did, going to the mountains, doing 200 miles. I mean, it's been a awesome year for me as far as cycling, because I'm just not riding now. I learned to cycle from the program. I mean, heart rate control, cadence, and it's not going to stop there, because now we got the level 4. We looking to do bigger and better things for this 2021 for us anyway. And I'm talking our team back here at BTP. So,
and just to add on to that, Coach, the science to it, I could relate to more this year than last year. Right. Everybody talk about the science and everything else. So me, Walt, Tony, and Bernard, that science gets us excited. So it's definitely a beauty to become one with the bike, pedal stroke, force, momentum. Man, you live that stuff now, and you see it producing in your power and everything else. So folks, if you know on this call, hopefully you get to it sooner rather than later, like me being down a couple of procedures like Bernie. But the science is the beauty of it all. I love it.
Yeah. And here's a perfect example of the science. We don't necessarily talk about the science, but you go through it because you get to experience it. You get to experience it. The first year, it's hard to explain the first year because you don't see the pieces yet. Right. And the second year you see them, it's like, oh, okay, that makes sense now, Kudos, you guys, kudos. We're gonna go with the ladies now. We're gonna do a trifecta here. Here we go, the trifecta. We're gonna go to Missy, Dion, and Kathy. Go. Kathy first. Tell me something.
Oh man, Coach. I've been on the program since April. Love it. My body feels physically stronger than ever, even though right now I've got some issues. But I was thinking the other day that, recently you asked me if I'd done any of those pace partner rides, and I hadn't. And you encouraged me to do the C cadence rides. And I'm like, well, I don't know about that. I was thinking maybe D diesel, but so the first C cadence ride I did a couple weeks ago, my heart rate it was an endurance ride on my program, but my heart rate was up in zone 3 the whole time. And I I've only done 4 or 5 of these now, but now I can, even though I'm at tempo, my heart rate is down in zone 2. And that's just, it just amazed me that, the first time I did that C cadence ride, I'm like, holy crap, it felt like a super Saturday. But now, just a few short weeks of doing those a couple of times a week, and I am able to control my heart rate such that my average is down in zone 2 on the C cadence ride. So that's just an example of how this program has worked for me. I mean, my cycling has just changed completely, and I love it. And I love having teammates. I love seeing you guys out there on the rides. I love all the support everybody gives each other. For those of us who live alone and have spent the last 9 months living alone in our homes by ourselves, it really helps to know that there's people out there and they're paying attention and they're encouraging you to continue to work the program. So,
Dion, piggyback that, see what you got.
It's amazing to see where I was at the end of August to where I was even today. I had a zone 5 half ladder, week 3, I think, of that, and I nailed it. And I've never felt so excited about something when I came on the program looking for structure, looking for a way to, I'm not gonna say it was a panic attack, but we were going up a hill that I always go up, and my heart rate spiked so high, it was utterly amazing. That same heart rate today was so much more controlled, so much more power, so much more, I got so much more done today at that same heart rate on purpose, trying to reach that. Now I struggle to get there where it would take me nothing to get there and be totally zapped. Now I've got energy after a half ladder. I looked at, 2 weeks from now, I'll be doing full ladders, and I'm like, oh, wow, okay, there's growth, but oh God, more of those. But it's really been, you couldn't tell me 5 months ago that I'd be here 5 months later on the program since August, and I've seen change. I've seen just in my own physicality and how I could do a 2-hour ride now and have to force myself to not drop below my zone 2 and have to concentrate when I would have been zone 3, maybe zone 4 with very little effort before. And so I'm super excited about what 2021 and beyond will bring, because I'm gonna blow this up. It's gonna be amazing, completely amazing.
So Missy, piggyback that one.
Okay, well, it's been an amazing year for me. Before COVID, I was driving maybe 3 days a week and spending 2.5 hours commuting. Now that, I have time, so I decided to jump on the bike pretty much every day on the U-Line, Wednesday Worlds, which I couldn't keep up for 15 minutes. I was, wanted to go with you really bad. But at the time, I had no idea why you're asking heart rate check, cadence check every ride. No idea what was going on. So, I started looking at CIS, just decided to jump on. And now here I am. I can keep up with you till the end every week, pretty much, if I try. So it's been amazing. So much different from the beginning. Maybe like only 6 months. Yeah.
Missy, let me tell you what, you are killing it on Wednesday nights. I mean, crushing it. Crushing it. Derek and I were talking about you last night after the ride, and it's like, you are crushing it. I mean, like I'm going like real hard, and you're right next to me. Like, that's impressive. Impressive. I remember, here's a quick little story. So Missy calls me up or sends me this text message. She goes, oh, I'm from overseas, and I don't know how you're gonna be able to work with me. I'm like, we'll figure out a way. We'll figure it out. And I got to tell you, it is the best watching you grow like this is incredible. It kind of reminds me of Lin Yu, because Lin Yu went through kind of the same process. She went from being just okay to being incredible here in New York City, and before she moved. So keep up the good work. All three, Missy, Dion, and Kat, keep it up, because it's gonna keep growing. So kudos to all three of you. Kudos. Right.
Hopefully in 2021, we'll get to ride in person together.
That's right.
At some point.
It's the plan. We got some things happening. Anyway, so let's go the trifecta here again. Let's go with Adam, Paul, and Nick. Nick, go.
Hey, Coach. Thank you. This is kind of a tough one for me, because this has been such a transitional year. It started with the opportunity to be a part of CIS as part of the virtual training camp. And, that was life altering. My life hasn't been the same since. And I came into this thinking that it was going to be about the training, about getting, physically stronger and more fit. And that's such a small component of what I get from this group. Just being a part of a community of people who are so inspiring, who are better than you. I truly believe in surrounding yourself with the people you want to be like. And that's this group. I get so much inspiration through these chats, through Strava, through Zwift, riding alongside you guys. I'm hearing so many stories of people facing challenges and finding opportunity. And that's what it's been for me. I've had so many challenges, work challenges, personal challenges, physical challenges, that instead of getting caught up in those and getting stuck, I'm always looking for the opportunity. I'm always looking how to overcome those. And that's what I've learned in this program: the structure, the support, of you, Coach David, and the others who are always saying great things, commenting, giving ride-ons. I mean, all that stuff really matters. It means a lot to me. So I just want to say thank you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity this year to change my life and to be a part of this program.
Thank you, and thank you, Nick. Thank you, Adam. Piggyback that one. See what you got.
So I don't know how I can follow that one, but thank you. So from my perspective, and again, my post sorry for my long rambling post earlier, but it's all about perspective. I was in a program, Chief, thank you for your service. I was at the Naval War College up until over the summer. And while I was there, I was blessed to be part of an international cohort with 54 international officers from across the world. And learning from them and learning their perspective and learning what, how various people look at various problems. And so when I was looking for a coach in a program, that's why I was drawn to CIS. During the spring, I was a fairly strong rider, but I'll say I was more of a paper strong rider, if you will. I didn't have the foundation necessary to continue that strength and to bring forth that power throughout a ride. So then when I moved during COVID, I moved across the country to Colorado, and I remember being on a Wednesday Worlds ride and just couldn't hang. Called you up, said, all right, I got to do this. I'm jumping in. And now I can hang with the Wednesday World rides. I can hang with the BTW rides. And it's, but I'm doing it in such a way that I understand the background based upon, in large part, the perspective that all of you bring to bear. So, I've only been part of the program since about August, and I can't tell you just how much stronger a rider I am. It's not necessarily about the watts we're putting out, but it's how you know your body and control your body and react to certain situations on the bike and frankly off the bike too. So I want to also thank you, Coach David, Coach Donnie, and everybody else. Your stories, your perspectives are inspiring, not just to me on the bike, but me as a person. And so I appreciate all of you, and Happy New Year.
Thank you. Thank you. Paul, run it out, my friend.
All right. So I've been with CIS for a couple of years now, and then
a couple. Okay.
a couple.
How many years?
4 years.
4 years.
4 years with CIS, and the community is, for me, cycling is all about the community. That's what it is. It's the people, it's everybody, it's the scene, the culture, everything. And so CIS is a community all on its own, and of course it's so strong, and everyone helps each other. And I got to give props, I guess, to some of the things that have come along for me locally in our cycling scene that have come directly from what I've learned in CIS. And I want to say that learning these things and learning how to do it in a professional way inside and on and off the bike is incredible. And I'm very proud to say that from the skills and things that I've learned through CIS, I've been able to put together a provincial cycling team in Saskatchewan, where we're from, that really is leading our entire province and also making waves on a national scale. I mean, we worked with the Canadian Cycling Association, which is our national cycling association, to develop a program for cycling on Zwift for Canada. And, these are things that I've put together because of what I've learned with CIS. So not only that, we've got a respected national program that we helped build, but our provincial team is leading the way in everything that we're doing. And we're just crushing it here. And really, it all stems from building the team from 2 CIS Riders of the Year, really. Kelly Shimmelar, myself, and Mike Gavalis started this team in 2018. And it all stems from things that we've learned through CIS and just putting the work in and making it happen. So, not only does CIS teach you how to actually ride your bike and perform, but it's off the bike where you kill it. And you will kill it. So just do it and trust the program.
That's an infomercial right there. Well done. Well done. Well done. Thank you. Thank you. I'll go back to you, Ron, in a bit. So you just got to hold on a minute. All right. What else? Who else do we have on this list here? Mark Bennett and Alyssa and the legend. Oh, actually, no, I won't go to the legend yet. I'll go to Young Singer. So Young Singer, Mark, and Alyssa. Alyssa, go.
Hello. I kind of want to echo what Paul just said in that CIS has really helped me achieve a lot of goals this year, not only on the bike, but also professionally and personally. I got a new job in my dream field. I got to move in with my long-term partner, and on the bike, I've achieved my highest FTP ever. I've gotten closer with all my fellow riders. I got to attend a virtual training camp and rode the longest ride I've ever done. And I just have seen amazing gains this year, which is incredible considering all of the challenges we've had. So thank you so much.
And what award did you get this year?
And to top it off, I achieved a CIS award for most consistent rider.
Huge. Hey, no joke. That's a big award. That's big, because that exemplifies excellence. That's what that is. And yeah. We'll go to Mark in a bit because he's one of those individuals too. So Mark, Mr. Bennett, tell me something. Tell me something.
Well,
nope, not you, Mark. Not you, Mark.
There's another Mark. All right.
Up top. Yeah, there you go. You. Yep. Mm-hmm. There you are. I don't think your mic's on. Keep that thought. Young Singer, go. And we'll go back to you in a second there, Mark. Make sure you have all your full names on your.
Yeah, you spoke with me already, Coach David. This is Marco. I have two.
Oh, you have two. Okay, awesome.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
okay,
spoke
then we
already.
already talked about you. Don't worry about you. Okay, then young singer, go, and then Mark, you're up next because you're part of it. Young singer,
Okay,
go.
I don't really know what to start. Yeah, it's been a ride. It's been a ride. So I forgot the exact date I started. I guess I could really say I started the training program, the virtual training camp. Did the first one, then did half the second one. I don't know. Yeah. I don't really know what to say.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's been a year. It's been a year. Ups and downs, the positive, the negative. I mean, yeah, I just learned to take out the positives. You know, I got somewhat of a job. I'm learning. I have somewhat of a mentor, both in sport and in you know, life. But yeah, you know, I guess I'll focus on the ups. I guess the progression and consistency. So like consistency is not only, you know, getting consistent work done. It's also your workout not getting distracted like I am right now, you know, with you know, a side goal. But yeah, it's been a year.
Wait, here's what I'll say to you, young singer. Okay, as you continue to be consistent, your confidence will build. Okay, and your ability to understand where you are at your point in your life will become very clear. So I ask you, and I say to you, stay consistent. Just be consistent. Okay, that's where you get the learning from. That's where you get the learning from. That's where you start to learn how you can take those challenges that you're being faced with currently today and surpass them. But it starts with your training, right? It starts with your training. Be consistent. Be consistent and follow suit. And what you'll find out is those skills you learn, you will take with you as the other juniors have. All right. So I am proud of you. I'm very proud of you. And I give you a hard time for a reason. I give you a hard time for a reason because I know you have it in you to get on the to get on the path, to get there. Because you know what it's all about. You know it. You just got to focus in on it. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I got you. All right. I haven't lost track of you. I know where you're at and what you're doing. Okay. So keep focused, stay focused. Mr. Mark, piggyback that.
Well, one thing that struck me in listening to everybody's little testimonials is Noah's Ark, like goes to like. And the thing that's perhaps most pleasantly surprised me in my years on the program, it's really an unexpected gift to have encountered so many people of such high character and integrity. And as I wrote in response to Coach Ed's interview, people who are really role models and mentors. And if you think about it, it's not surprising, really. It's entirely logical, if not inevitable, because to do this successfully requires discipline, focus, and commitment. And that in turn requires certain types of character traits. So if you think about it, it's really, when I said initially it was a pleasant surprise, it should have been obvious to me that this is going to attract a certain type of personality type. And the type are really no BSers and people who more often than not walk the talk. And that to me has been the greatest privilege and blessing to be part of this program. More than the skill set that I've gained on the bike is to meet people of varied backgrounds and diverse upbringings, but really with the same kind of core and substance, and that's unpretentiousness, work ethic, honesty, character, and commitment, and focus and integrity. And so that's what I'm grateful for, mostly for this program in this trying year, because people with those traits, that's what you look for in life. And all of you have helped me get through it. And hopefully we've helped each other get through it. And I've played some small part in that as well. So thanks, everybody. And here's to a much better year for all of us in 2021.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I'm going to go to Jesse, and I'm going to go to Chris. So I'm going to do try for you two, and then Ron, I go for you and the legend himself, Raj. So you guys will be that. So Jesse, where are you at? There you are. Hey, buddy. So let me take you off mute. You take yourself off mute. Oh, there he goes.
Come on, Jesse.
Chris. There you go. Hi, guys.
Okay.
All right. So let me ask you a question though.
Yes, what's the question? Because I joined in late, so I don't know. Maybe there's something.
That's okay. So, what's changed for you from last year to this year? What's changed for you, Jesse?
I've realized that in terms of riding my bike, it's not all about just riding hard. I realized that if I'm being focused and pay attention to details and actually not ride as hard, I can actually become much stronger, which to me was a mind blown. Because I remember I've been on the program now for a year, and I went through the 26 weeks of the first program, I guess. And I started doing bass, and I've never done bass before. I just started riding my bike really hard, and that was it. And I've done bass, and you asked me to take an FTP test, and I'm like, yeah, but it's been like 10 weeks. I'm sure my FTP dropped. I've never gone in the red. I followed what you told me to do. I'm sure I got weaker, and by surprise, I got stronger, and I was like, whoa, okay. There's something here that I need to that I need to keep doing, I guess, because it's working. I realized by just focusing on my cadence, on my heart rate, and being consistent, and actually not riding as hard, but by being consistent, I could get stronger. So I was like, okay. And I've realized that also all the other zones above that was so much easier to actually train after that and actually get even higher. So I was like, you know what? I don't like bass. I still don't. And I will never like bass, but I will embrace it.
Embrace bass, baby.
So that's my big take on that. And I even caught COVID, right? And I caught it really bad because I was kind of overtraining because I was doing bass, but like really hard. And I wasn't sleeping, I wasn't eating properly. And because I work in a bike shop, I was working nonstop. So I guess I caught it there. In April, I got really sick. And after 2 weeks, I got better and I got back on my bike. I felt like I lost like a year of training. And I actually didn't. Actually, bass just my heart rate just came back the way it was. And I'm like, okay, the bass is still there. And within the season, I was able to actually train the higher zone that I've never trained like that before. And I've done a few races and I had fun, and my FTP has gone up like crazy, honestly. And it's all thanks to CIS. If not, I would have still just riding hard and not progress as much. And also on the other side, also as a group, as being with CIS, I enjoyed I know Lucia came when I went and raced in Pennsylvania, a cheer for me. To me, that meant a lot. When I started racing at the beginning of the year, even though not everybody was on term with their fitness, he's not with us anymore, but what's his name again? like I just realized that I'm in a big family and we support each other, even though we might not have the same fitness and so on. And I'm all there for that. I'm all there to help anybody that needs help, that needs any tips. And I enjoy just being part of this family. I see that we guys are like, we are really strong and we're trying to help each other. And it's not just about getting stronger. I do want to get stronger, but if I can help somebody else get stronger too, then I'm all for that. And with CIS, I feel that it's a good place for me to be, to do both of those things.
What do you think, Chris?
I mean, just to kind of piggyback on that, I mean, so Jesse and me and a few others that I don't think anybody else from the race team is on the call. I think, well, Ed and Raj are here. Just, it's been the camaraderie. The camaraderie is essential, and having people hold you accountable. I think that it was very difficult to have a lot of these goals, and a lot of people have been talking about this too. Having whether race goals or any of these other anything that you wanted to do this year. I mean, just having it torpedoed by COVID. And it was, at first it was really frustrating, but having this family and having this team to be able to hold you accountable, and to have as a family, to have as to be able to talk to, like, to go through your trials and tribulations. It was, I mean, I wouldn't be where I am now if I didn't have it. I mean, it was a really rough March and April. I mean, and Jesse mentions he had COVID. I mean, I borrowed tools like a week before from him. I borrowed tools from him a week before he told me he had COVID. So it was like, it was a pretty freaky moment. So yeah, it's I wouldn't been able to do it without you guys. I mean, and I've rode with Jesse and some of the race team throughout the year, doing the groups and whatnot. And yeah, Jesse's strong. So
I can't wait for all of us to get together actually and actually train together.
It'll be good. And I know that I need to step up my game in order to keep up with you, man. So
yeah, that's good.
So
let's do it.
And if you guys don't already know, Jesse is a strong man. So it'll be a fun year next year, hopefully. So, and those TTTs this year, like those the team time trials that we were doing, those were no joke. Those kept me motivated throughout the year. A lot of you guys
were fun.
Did them. It was amazing. Also doing the even the team challenges too in April. Those were, I got really strong. We all did doing that, and having that a little bit of competitiveness and having all that, just having the back and forth with everybody. It was great. It really tied this family together, and I loved it. So I mean, I hope we continue to do that.
About that, I remember I just came back from being sick, and I was still not feeling well, but because I wanted to help my team so bad, I went and did those TTs, and my heart rate was up the roof because of COVID stuff in my system, but I still wanted to help the team so bad. I was still doing those TTs. So yeah, it was fun.
It's interesting, and Raj and Ron, you guys are up next. Those Tuesday challenges, I would have to say, was some of the best fitness I've had since 2013. And 2013, and Coach Ed knows because he raced against me. I was a bad man. But yeah, those Tuesday challenges and the Thursday time trials are just no joke. Just such a high level fitness level. But so Ron and Raj and Derek, we'll get to you in a minute. Okay, we'll get to you in a minute. All right, because the whole light in the head type of thing is getting a little shiny, so we got to take care of that. But anyway, the legend, Raj and Ron. Ron, go
I'll
first.
go first. I don't want to follow the legend. That's tough.
That's why the legend goes last. Legend. Go ahead, Ron.
I just want to say, 2020 was definitely the big unknown, but it wasn't all that bad either. At least for me, thank God, everyone I know was healthy and safe, and no one lost their jobs, and got closer as a family. Actually, had everyone living at home for a while, which was nice. Having my girls back in the house, and having the CIS family, it was great. And I just want to thank Coach David, Coach Donnie, Coach Ed, Coach Nick. I mean, for me, it was definitely a turnaround year. Between all the coaches, my nutrition, Coach Nick really got that straightened out. And I want to say 2020 was great. Became a black belt. That was a very big honor, and it was great. And looking forward to many more years with CIS and getting stronger and staying fit. And that's what it's about. And I love it. I love everything about it. Thank you. And have it happy and healthy.
Absolutely. Happy New Year, buddy.
Thank you.
And the legend, the man, the myth.
How's everyone? Well, I have to say it was definitely a very challenging year this year. Lost a few family members, more than you actually know. My dad, my mother-in-law, my cousin, some others. So it's been a pretty rough year. So, I think emotionally, it's taken its toll on me. But definitely, there was a point where I was actually thinking about giving up cycling. This is before the whole COVID thing. I was just kind of getting a little tired, and I can definitely say that I'm glad I didn't, because when this whole lockdown thing happened and everything was happening with my family and stuff, it really helped keep my sanity, kind of helped me redirect a lot of my energies. I don't know if you remember, Coach, when we first met, and he said, going through the whole process, he said, all you need is your bike trainer, your heart rate thing, and your work inside. And I was like, great, I don't have to be outside. That's fantastic, because I can't get outside all the time. And for me, it was great because it was a good distraction, and that distraction helped again to kind of help me embrace cycling again and kind of just mentally deal with all the other stuff. And actually for like an hour or 2 hours or however else, when the challenges were on, to help me just get distracted and kind of redirect some of my the stresses and frustrations I was going through. I found out, like, I think months later, that I also had COVID. It didn't affect me the same way it affected Jesse, but I did know that after that, like, my heart rate was not the same, and that I could not reach a certain limit. And so it did have affected my performance in certain ways. I didn't actually get my real heart rate pushed back up until probably August of this year. So it took a while for me to kind of get something back performance-wise. I can't say that my FTP is stronger or higher than it's been before, at least inside, but I did find that my outside performance had gotten really strong this year. I did win a race this year, and it had gotten really strong this year. That was a plus. Again, a nice, great distraction from dealing with all the other things that we're dealing with personally. And I have to say that just people inside CIS have been really, really helpful beyond belief. And I can't go through a list of names because I don't want to forget anyone, but a lot of people have helped a lot. Just simple words, or sometimes they look at something and say, hey, are you okay? Even though I haven't said anything, and they just kind of know, what's going on. And they're very attuned to what's up. And I want to thank you all. Again, I can't go through individuals because I don't want to forget anyone, because a lot of you really, really helped a lot in many ways. So thank you all. And that's also why I didn't respond to the 2020 highlights, because it's just so much to express. I can't get it all in words, not on the phone at least. But yes, it has been a big help. I definitely appreciate everything that everyone has done. I appreciate the system. I appreciate the training. I'm actually enjoying my training again. I mean, I suffer a lot, but I'm suffering longer than I have ever before. And, you know, and it's, I still get to come back as my buddy would say, send them back up. And I go back up, and, you know, I keep pushing it. So, you know, thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you, Raj.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have Coach Donnie and Coach Ed say a few words, and then I'm gonna have a conversation with Derek for a little bit. Okay, so Coach Ed and Coach Donnie, go. Tell us about your background, the things that you've seen over the year, and about the family. So, Coach Donnie, go first if you don't mind.
All right. Yeah, it's in the post, it's inspiring to hear everybody's thoughts, because I do feel like we've been in this together, you know, even though we're not sitting right next to each other. I think the virtual aspect of this has been huge for the entire year. You know, and I think in a lot of ways, the cycling and the way that we all approach that together as a family has really been what's helped to keep everyone together, and also refocus, as the case may be in a lot of situations. You know, Coach Ed talked about that some in you know, his podcast and video segment about, you know, the perspective and the focus. And you know, I've certainly seen that, and I get the pleasure to you know, have a lot of ongoing dialogue through band with most on the phone here, which is incredible. And you know, I've said this to several in coaching calls. What's really interesting is that, you know, the coaches are walking this journey right with each of you as well, right? So we're not sitting back pushing the buttons and things like that at the controls. We're putting in the work as well, and we experience the ups and downs, the peaks and the valleys, but we also gain encouragement from each of you and the breakthroughs that you show. So that's been you know, a really compelling aspect of this year for me, and it carries through to my family as well. You know, we're a family of 5 cyclists that love riding our bikes and love, you know, activity. And so, you know, getting to experience cycling through a lot of your eyes has been awesome for our family as well, and very encouraging. So thank you.
So I think, did Coach Ed go off the call? Do you see him?
I don't see him.
Okay, well, he'll get back on in a minute. So, Derek, you and I are going to talk. How about that?
Good, Coach.
Hey, buddy, how you doing?
I'm good.
Good. You look a little shiny up top, aren't you?
I told you I had to get rid of the pandemic beard.
Oh, shoot. I mean, I thought we were going to be twins.
We were. My comb stuck in there too.
So seriously, okay. So I want to share with you folks something that Derek has been doing over the last, I don't know, about 2 to 3 months. You know, we all talk about performance, and we talk about growth, we talk about development. And I think the unique thing that Derek has done for himself, and I'll open it up to you, Derek. What have you learned over the year, and where are you today?
Well, I think like I was, you know, I'm inspired by everybody here, but I'm going to echo probably what Ray said. And by the way, Ray, I'm still your buddy, even after that Wednesday Worlds. But I think, you know, I've transitioned from kind of like just doing the drills to actually feeling what the system's all about. And I come back to that whole wax on, wax off thing. It's the concept. You know, I feel it's a part of me. It's how I ride now. You know, I'm whenever I'm in the group on a Wednesday or BTW, you're playing with your cadences. You're playing with you're tweaking your heart rate. You're you're doing the little things to kind of like keep the momentum. And I think that's what I've transitioned to this year. So you've gone from, like you said, the first 1 or 2 years where you kind of give you the drills, you do it, and you don't really feel it, but now it's a part of you. It's a part of how you ride.
And what Derek has done over the last couple of weeks is he's taken this leadership role to help with these Wednesday World rides. So those of you who have not done a Wednesday World, I'm telling you, it's the hardest sea ride you'll ever do. And what he has done, which has helped me out, because when Coach Don and I, we created this ride back in February 2017. Man, it's been that long, and it's been every Wednesday since then. Here's Coach Ed. Got him, Lush?
Got
him. And what he has helped me do is he's helped me to create an environment of focus where riders can not just focus on me, but focus on the CIS members, and also focus on these 2 beacons that actually reside out on the course at one time. It's very, very, very useful, very useful. And I want to thank you personally for your work, because it helps me do what I do best for this family and for the community at large. So I want to thank you personally for that in front of your peer group, because what you're doing for this program and for me personally has helped me ease off the pain a bit, or the intensity of it, by having someone that can help lead it that way. So I truly thank you for what you're doing and your continued work and expertise and your stick-to-itiveness, and once again keeping the dojo clean. And that's important, keeping the dojo clean, because in 2021 we have some big work to do. And Coach Ed, you still here, right? To the phone.
I just jumped back on. Sorry about that.
No worries. So Derek, stay on for a little bit. So Coach Ed, what have you seen? And the interview with you was just incredible, dude. It was incredible.
Thank you.
That was so much fun. So much fun. What do you see? And piggyback on what you said at your interview, and then I'll go back to Derek in a minute.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. I was reading the comments after you posted that, and I honestly don't remember everything I said. I mean, I have a general gist of what I said, but it's nice to know that what I said had some impact on folks. I appreciate that a lot. And, it was a lot of fun to talk about that. I think it was like, for me, it was a really great way to reflect on this year. I mean, it's been such a crazy year for all of us. And you don't really get a chance to just stop and think about it and think about what impact it's had on you or the group you're in. But I think a lot of what everybody's said here has just been real clear how much this program and this community, this family saved us, like saved our mental health, saved our physical health, saved our emotional health, saved our love of cycling, like saved our appreciation for just being connected. I think Kathy, you said, about living in your house by yourself, like that's real, right? And a lot of people are dealing with that. And the fact that you were able to find some relief from that by just getting on your bike in a virtual world and riding with people you've never met in person before is, it says a lot. And I think, Coach, you said this when things were starting to get crazy. It's like, we have to figure something out. We got to shift. We got to, be flexible here and figure out what's going to happen to make sure that people know that we're here for them. And I think, to me, this is like a lot like that moment in 2015, when you were injured and in the hospital and we had to save the program, and this was a different kind of save, but we saved the program this year. The program this year is completely unlike it was a year ago, never mind 2 years ago, and the fact that we've got Missy in Japan and, Adam in Colorado and all the Canadian crew solids is still sticking with us, and all these various people, and also not just like a bunch of racers or a bunch of tribe, it's like people who just want to ride their bikes and get stronger, period, whatever they want to do with it, whether it's just to get healthier, whether it's to go faster, whether it's to, be like Jesse and blow up the races, in 2021. It doesn't matter. So just, it's awesome to see. And just, I love seeing these new members jumping on. I love seeing the excitement and I remember when I was new on the program, and trying to figure it all out. And it's interesting hearing people talk about being surprised at, I didn't ride for a while and I started riding and I felt so much better than I would have felt before, and I've had a bunch of, commitments and challenges over the years where I can't always be as committed and consistent riding, but I know that I can always come back to the program and pick it up. And I'm going to feel good in a shorter period of time than I would have felt in any other program. Part of that is my 6 years and my foundation. I've got a huge base of CIS training under me, but at the same time, the program is simple yet, but complex at the same time, where it's simple to do and understand. You just got to be consistent, but what it provides you and gives you in the end is, deep, and consistent and sustainable. Like you'll be able to use this, and do the same thing year after year and get stronger and stronger doing the same thing, but just doing it better every year, being consistent, finding the way to, to find and tweak that little bit more performance out of it. So, kudos to you, Coach, for all the work you've done. Kudos to Coach Donnie for getting people started and, kind of pushing them along the way. It's a lot of work. And I really appreciate you doing that work because it's helped sustain the program this year. And, and I look forward to working with, those intermediate folks, those green belts who are coming up, and you're moving up into the new part of the system. So I look forward to working with folks and, and anybody. Like, no one should ever feel like they can't reach out. If you have a question, reach out. Because I'm always happy to answer those questions. But, super proud of being part of this, super proud of all the work you've done, Coach, and Lucia as well. We love you more than you know. You don't get enough credit, and, you are the glue that keeps this thing sticking together. So, we just appreciate you all, and I really appreciate being a part of this, and wish everybody a, real happy New Year's Eve and a big happy 2021. Regardless of what 2021 does, we know we're going to be doing it together. So.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Coach Ed. And Lucia, could you unmute Derek?
Derek.
Or you could try Derek if you can unmute.
I got him.
Okay, there you go. All right, so let's get back to you, Derek. So I wanna thank you for your work, and this is the perfect time to share how well you're doing, based on the work that you've done, based on your training, based on your efficiency and control, and your stick-to-it-ive attitude, and once again, keeping the dojo clean. I award you your brown belt.
Oh, thanks, Coach.
Yay!
All right.
Thank you.
Good job. Good job.
Well deserved.
Derek, all right.
This is well deserved. Well deserved. Thank you. I truly thank you, because you and I have had these conversations after these group rides, and you know how I feel some of the times after these rides. But just having you there and knowing that you're there is important for this program and for the longevity of what we do. So I award you this, and it's well deserved.
I don't know what to say, Coach. Thank you. Thank you so much. I mean, I think of you as a mentor. I came on here looking to improve my cycling, and I found another person who's steeped in, I guess, martial arts and kind of the same way of life and thinking that I am. And I've met so many wonderful people and so many strong riders, not just physically, but mentally. Obviously, everybody here who's gone through 2020, you guys are strong. And I take that and I use it to power myself through, my days and weeks and everything like that. So thanks, Coach. Don't know what else to say.
Well deserved.
Congratulations.
Well deserved. Well deserved. That's man love for you, man. You've totally turned 360 degrees this year, total. I mean, and it was interesting when we gave out the awards in October. I'm like, you know what? Derek needs one little piece to this. He just needs one more piece. And you stepping up for that role made it. Truly, truly made it. And the same thing that happened to Chris. Chris Etburn did exactly the same thing. He took the leadership of the racing team. That's what was needed. Paul Cutting, exactly the same thing. He took the leadership of building that program up in Canada. That's what we're talking about at that level, taking leadership. Leadership, not just riding your bicycle and turning the pedals over, taking leadership. That says a lot about you and your ability to see the big picture, to see it. Same thing that happened to British Ben. He took leadership of the junior team, took leadership. He's 15. That's what we work towards. That's what we work to build for each other, for this program, for the members, for those that are looking in, that want to get in, and to see what this is all about. This is real. This is the stuff that we do is real. It's no sugar coating here. You got to put in the work to get the results. And you did it, and you continue to keep doing it. And that goes for everybody here that's on the call that's new. Here's what you can look forward to, because this is real. This is so real. Lucia and I built this program 14 years ago. 14 years ago. And this is where we are. This is where we are today. We have the caliber of ridership and professionalism than any other program out there. I could be boastful and say it because it's true. It's very true. We went through something this year, and Lucia, let's talk.
Okay.
We built this program based on what? This city on rock and roll. I'm just playing. But what did we build this program on?
We built this program is built on our riders and the community and the family. And it's really built on, well, I was gonna start our conversation when we talked anyway about what our year was built on. And our year was built on caring about our family. And that's how this all started. And it started a long time ago, but this year was really special. So this is built all around you guys, for you guys, and for anybody that wants to be a part of this and a part of this family. This is how we have built it.
Totally agree. Totally agree. This year was hard, folks. This year was super hard. Myself, Coach Donnie, and Lucia sat down on a call on a Monday night and said, what are we going to do? And within weeks, we figured out what we were going to do. And we did it. We did it for you.
Yeah.
For you, because we care. Yeah, we have a business, yeah, whatever it is, but we care about you. We care. We care. So, kudos to you, Derek. Kudos to everybody here on this call and the work that you're doing. Keep at it. 2021 is going to be magical and powerful. We have to go into tomorrow. Well, and Missy is already into tomorrow, and so is Reggie.
Then you and
they're already there. They're telling the secrets anyway. But let's make 2021 even better than 2020, 2019, 2018, 2017, 2016, whatever. Let's make it better.
Amen.
All right. Can we do that?
Yep.
Let's do that. Throw your thumbs up.
Let's do it.
Do it. Let's do it. All right. Love, peace.
Let's get it.
Hair grease.
Hair grease.
Good night.
Afro sheen.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year,
Happy
everybody.
New Year.
Happy New Year's.
Be well.
Hey, everybody.
Coach,
Okay, bye-bye.
Call, please. Coach, stay on the call. Happy New Year, folks.
All right.
Derek, I'll get your award to you this week.
Oh, yeah, no.
All right.
Thanks for the call, everyone. It's very heartfelt. It's a good time. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Paul.
Well done, Paul.
You're well, Paul. Happy New Year.
Yeah, take care.
Raj,
Yeah,
I want to say something to you before you hang up.
No, I want him on the call too.
Oh, okay. Well, now I want to say something to Raj. So I'm so glad to hear that you didn't hang your bike up, because I know your son is small, but someday we need you back at camp, because you are truly an integral part of that process. And we've only had a couple camps without you, but still there is that missing little car downstairs that it's like, Raj isn't here. So as your son gets older, and I know that it's easier for a dad to go away and do things, we're looking forward to that.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
I will say I don't miss you because I miss you a lot.
Right.
I always mention that, I don't know how we ever get through camp without you. It's, you do a lot. It's, how can I put it? There's so many things that go in the background of a lot of things, and people see the finished product and you take for granted that this is it. But when you see everything that goes on in the background, you're like, wow, that's a lot of work. And seeing what you do in the background, and I'm just like blown away.
Well, and
think about it.
A couple weeks before, doesn't it, Coach? It starts prior to even getting there, and
It started yesterday. Actually, it started yesterday.
It did start yesterday, right? But it's worth it. It's so fun. It's so fun.
It's amazing because you even think about meals. You're like, okay, this person takes this person take that, this person take that, there's an allergy, this, that. It's a lot to take in,
Yeah.
It's a lot to deal with.
Some years that's a little more challenging than others. That's all we can say to that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Happy New Year, Raj. And you too, Coach Ed.
Thank you very much.
Ed, thank you, man. This really,
My pleasure.
2021 is going to be fun.
Yeah. I mean, heck, if it's, even if it's slightly different than 2020, it's going to be fun. So
this is, and like for Derek, he really stepped up, just truly like.
Yeah, you can see it.
Yeah.
You can see it. Even on the Saturday ride, you can see it.
And knowing what his role is, and understanding his place.
Mm-hmm.
It truly helps me out, because the hardest part on those rides is keeping these people together, just keeping them right. And actually, yeah. Raj, I want to share something with you. So there was a guy that was riding with you and Claude on Wednesday.
Yes.
Right. And I had put a post up on his page, on his Strava page. I'm like, yeah, you were in good company with Raj and Claude. And so he didn't feel alone, even though the pace was, man, that pace was tough.
It was tough. It was a red line ride for me. But the last two rides they were all zone 4, 53-minute zone 4, and I think 5-minute zone 5. Wow. So basically almost a whole hour in red zone. I've learned to suffer, and he was there, because even when we're splintered off, the pace doesn't slow, because now you're like, okay, who can we catch? Who can we pace? What can we bridge? And then we're taking turns, and it's like, okay, let's do 4.0 for a while to bridge that little gap, and then let's switch up and everything, and then let's go and let's recover. Now let's hit it again. And then Claude attacks, and we're like, well, we can't let him go, so we got to counterattack. And we all follow, and we just go. So it's always going, but it's good, And even though it's a gruppetto, it's not a lazy like, oh, let's just take it home. It's everyone working together, still working hard, and it makes it great. I mean, it's hard for me to make the Wednesday rides, but I do enjoy it, and it's still a challenge, and it's always like, how much further can I get? What can I get further in this part? Can I get over this part? And I enjoy that. And even if I fall off, getting together with another group and seeing what we can do to catch back up, I really enjoy it. So I'm glad. Actually, I heard a message from him, and he actually thanked me for helping the thing. I didn't really think people really paid attention to little small groups, but it was good to hear from him. And I said, I appreciate it. And I thanked him also for sharing the effort and coming along with us. And I did see your post also on his page too. And it was good. And I think he follows me now and everything. So it's good. So hopefully we can get together again next week. Hopefully we can stick longer. But if anything, we stick together and hopefully keep pushing.
$2021.
Yeah.
2021. I think I was thinking, and I'm glad the four of us are on the call together, because the thought came to my head today that if it's going in the direction that we're starting to see it go into, maybe we go back to thinking about our structured Saturday outdoor rides, if that makes sense, or have a small group of rides or riders that we talked about a year and a half ago. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, because we have to evolve, we have to reinvent, and keep it moving, but still keep the base of what we've created this year. I mean, this was a powerful year.
Yeah.
We did more this year than we did the previous years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure.
And it shows in our membership.
Yep.
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 It shows in the numbers, it shows in the growth. And I appreciate what you said, Coach Ed, about Coach Donnie, because he's key, he's critical to this. I mean, I was able to keep it moving for that period, but Lucia, I think here's what happened. In 2018, I was getting so tired about that part and that hand holding part, because I was trying to grow it, just trying to build it and develop it. But Coach Donnie creates that relationship, But I think one of the things, and I think what we could do is figure out how to bridge the gap between, okay, it's no more hand holding, but there's still support there, but there's no hand holding where that's concerned.
Yep.
So that's where we all have to sit down and talk. And I would even like to include you, Raj, in that conversation too. Is how do we? Oh my goodness, Roxy!
Roxy,
man, what's up?
Hi, buddy.
Oh
Look
my!
at his glasses.
They decided to bring in some light for us. Hey, Bryson. Say hi.
What's up, Bryson?
Flats going. Got the flats going. The flats upstairs.
Sorry about that.
That's so good.
That's awesome.
Hi, Roxy.
You said hi, Rox. You said hi.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah. No, that's good. That sounds good, Coach. Definitely looking forward to it. Like I said, we did a lot this year, despite everything. And this has been a challenging year. But hopefully next year will be a lot better. Thank you, Bryson. And we can look forward to, definitely better things. Hopefully things will change, definitely improve, because it can't get any worse than it is right now, So yeah, let's definitely look forward to pushing the envelope next year.
Thank you, Lucia.
And Ed, also, I just want to also say, Ed, I really, really, really enjoyed your interview that you gave yesterday. I have to tell you something. I'm sure you already know this. I probably told you this. And a good friend of ours that we know, we were talking one day. He's like, "Who's the most respected person that you know of in Prospect Park in cycling?" And the person that came up, Ed Oliver. And I'm like, that's right.
That's good to know.
You were always respected before I knew you personally, when we were competitors against each other, when we were on the same team, when I left to go to CIS, and also when you came over. You were always appreciated by me and by others. And I don't know if you ever knew, but you are. you're always looked up to, and the way that you carry yourself is very impressive. And it's always like like you and Coach, it's always like a key. If I ever feel like I'm kind of losing it a little bit, everything, I kind of look towards you and Coach and everything, and kind of look at that that balance right there. And I know if I'm keeping things cool or if I'm straying over and I got to pull it back in line, because you have this demeanor that really holds well and just kind of keeps me calm and base when there are times when it's like, sometimes like in your head you're like, I can't believe, you're just kind of losing it, and you just kind of like pull it right back in the center. So I appreciate what you said. And you also reminded me of something in your thing. You never stop learning, despite all the years. You said sometimes you're doing something and at that point it doesn't work. You do what you got to do to keep up. And there are times, sometimes I'm doing something, it's like, this is just not working. It's not working for me. And the group is going, you got to just readjust to kind of keep you in there. And you readjust and you get in there and you get back in, and then you're like, okay, everything is all good. And, it was a good reminder. So, thank you for sharing. It was great. It was fantastic. And I don't even have the words to say, but, just thanks for being you.
Thank you for saying that. I appreciate it. We can thank Coach for that idea, because that wasn't my idea. He's like, let's do this. Let's have a conversation. So,
Coach, kudos. Like I said,
good.
That was great. I mean, you've had a lot of great interviews, but this one, man, you can knock me over with a feather. I was just like, I was thrilled.
That was way up here.
Oh, it was good.
Yeah, and it wasn't just cycling. It was just.
Oh, it's because it's not.
Life.
It's not just cycling. Yeah, it's
life.
It's all connected.
Yeah,
It was
all
the
connected.
human piece of Coach Ed, is what it was. That's
Exactly.
what was the human side. It was so amazing.
Yeah.
No, I use. I think who said it? Oh, I think it was British Ben said it. Like talking about school is like an endurance workout. You just got to stay focused.
Yeah.
And I use an analogy with people that I work with or manage or coach all the time. Like, oh, this thing is so hard. It's an interval. It's a moment in time. It's not going to last forever. You will get through it. It may hurt, but you will get through it. And then when you're done, figure out what you learned from it. Figure out what you don't want it to be like the next time and fix it. It's just like, just keep adjusting. That's what life's all about.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's good. And it's funny how much, like you said, like it's about life too. Like, and you'll learn this, especially more as Bryson gets older, but especially now with Neva being 9, like she's a person, like she has opinions, she has thoughts, she has plans and ideas. Mm-hmm. And sometimes those things don't work, or sometimes the thing she wants to do isn't what she expected. And it's like, okay, well, what are you going to do about it? How are we going to react? How are we going to make a change the next time? We're not going to just quit. Mm-hmm. So it's a good lesson. It's like a good way to have tools. Like our cadences, we have tools to manage those situations, and whether it's a ride or it's life, it's the same thing. So I appreciate you saying that. I really do. I'm glad to know that, I'm having a positive impact somewhere out there in the world.
Yeah, definitely.
That was
definitely.
That was really well received.
Mm-hmm.
Interview was well received.
Yeah, it was kind of surprised. I opened the band up. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's nice. It's a nice way to end the year, knowing that people appreciate something you had to say.
And it sets it up for the year. It sets it up for the energy and the direction of the year.
Yep. Yeah.
Definitely.
Really, it's. I mean, you looked on the call and you look at all the diversity of the group. It's really cool.
It's amazing.
You have Reggie that's in London and it's 1 o'clock in the morning and he's still on a call. That's dedication. That's
yep.
And he said, he goes, I paid other coaches a lot of money and have never gotten this type of response and knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. It's not about the money. It's about what are you learning? Who can you share that with? And
right.
Grow. I'm not perfect. I have my flaws too, right?
None of us are.
I'm struggling too. There's days I do too, and I'm sure Lucia does, and you do, Roger, doing the same, and Ed, or whatever, Lucia. Yeah, I know.
No, thank you all. It's been, you know, I go back to saying that it's been the best of times, the worst of times. People can call it what it is, but it's been just a blessing of a year for us overall.
Yeah.
And I'm thankful because there's so many people in the world that it hasn't been a blessing year for.
Yep.
And the opportunity to share that with a group like we have and help hold people up. People holding each other up is what's so amazing about this group. From bike crashes to surgeries, to the loss of family members, to whatever it is that we realize is going on, and people reach out to people.
Yep.
And, or even if it's just, you know, their FTP is not what they wanted it to be, or they didn't make it through the Wednesday World Ride, or they're struggling with the virtual training camp. I mean, it's amazing how they hold each other up. So, you know, what the community has created and evolved into is just, this year especially, is it's, I don't know, it's just more than we ever could have hoped for. And we couldn't have done it without people like you, Ed, and you, Raj, and Donnie, and the key people who, you know, when you talk about the legend and you say on the call, the legend, people know it's Raj because he's been around for
all of it. That's Raj.
and Raj, you handling the tech piece. You started that tech part of band.
Yeah.
I know other people now have jumped in to assist. I don't read it much because I really don't like technology, but I do look at it sometimes, and sometimes I'll catch things and I'll quick call coach and I'll like, hey, did you see this on there? Because I know he doesn't absolutely always see everything. But for you to take that and handle it and handhold those folks the way you did is a blessing, because somebody has to do that. I mean, and as a family and a community, you everybody has a position and has a place in the family. And we really are so thankful. We really are so blessed and so thankful. You know, personally, I mean, I didn't lose a job. I didn't lose a mortgage payment. I didn't miss a beat. You know, yeah, school's not easy because it's homeschooling. It is what it is, but we adapt.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I agree.
just try to make the best of all this and get the vaccine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's my personal opinion. I know everybody's got one, but I just think
I agree.
the flu shot's out there. The COVID shot needs to be out there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Thank you, folks. Thank you, team.
You got it. Thank you.
thank
Thanks
you,
for
Dave.
everything. Really
You
appreciate
have
it.
done an amazing job.
Yeah.
You know,
Thank you.
if not for you, and I know it's stressful. So I was going to say to Derek, thank God Derek listens to you after Wednesday Worlds, because when it's a tough night, somebody's got to hear it.
I call
The
him
coach needs somebody. You need somebody, and it needs to be, not that I can't hear it, because I do and I appreciate it and I'm here, you know that, but you need that other rider. You need that other person on the bike that's been in that ride with you.
No, to see it.
Just know it and see it and feel it and hear it and help to adjust it and make it work. And all those things that you do for everybody that nobody comes back and says thank you for. You deserve those kudos. You deserve that thanks. And you deserve to be held up.
Yep.
Because you do an amazing job.
Amen.
Agreed.
Thank you.
So Happy New Year. I know it
Yeah,
is.
everyone. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, folks. Love you guys.
Yeah, love you
Love
too.
you all.
Have a good
Thank
night.
you again.
Bye.
Good evening. Have a great New Year. Okay. Take care.
Take care, all.
Okay. I'll see you all. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Can we stop the recording?